Hi everyone, so today I'm going to talk about class meetings. These are a really important part of the Montessori 6 to 12 classroom and something that I think the children really love to do. So basically what happens in our class or our school is we do them once a week and we hold a class meeting, and this is our very well loved class meeting book. And basically what we do is if the children notice something that they think is going wrong in the community or an issue, so it might be that children aren't cleaning up from the morning nourishment table, or it might be the toilets are really messy, or there's a game at lunchtime that's not working well, what they will do is they will get it out of their system and they'll write it in the class meeting book for the agenda for that week. And then on Thursday we have our meeting and we look at some of the issues, some of the problems, then we create solutions and we vote on which one as a class we would like to try. Now, to be honest, we only normally get through a couple of issues a meeting because making them sit for much longer than 20 minutes, half an hour is a little bit hard sometimes. But basically what we're doing is we're giving them a voice and we're giving them the freedom to have a say how things are dealt with in their community, but also the responsibility of coming up with a solution of how to tackle this problem. And so just a few examples, we were having, some children weren't cleaning up at the morning nourishment table, and when you get children to come up with solutions, they're normally harsher than what the teacher imposes. And they imposed like a morning nourishment license, and so everyone had to sit like a morning nourishment test, and the teachers had to, you know, make sure that they passed that, and then they were allowed to sit in the other room for morning nourishment. And so that went on for a couple of weeks and they carried it out, and it really pointed out the children who couldn't do that, and that was great because we were able to give them more grace and courtesy lessons, and now the morning nourishment license have kind of died down, but I'm sure that will pop back up again at some point. Another thing is they had decided they wanted to make a concerns box so people could put it in the box instead of write it in the book. And as a teacher sometimes you're like, but that doesn't make any sense, we already have a book. But you have to let these things happen, and if they fail, you know, the children learn from them. And this concerns box actually turned into something really cool, so I bought it. So we had a concerns box for a week where children could, you know, put a concern in. No one used it, and so we thought, because we always review what we voted on last week to see how it's working the next week. And so we voted instead to turn it into a post box. And we've created some guidelines around the post box. You know, you did have to say who you were and you had to write kind things about other people. And so now we have this cool post box that we read letters out from at lunchtime, and it's a great way to inspire children to write. And that's all the children's idea. And, you know, if I had said no to the concerns box, which seemed kind of pointless, we wouldn't have the post box. So yeah, that's just one of the features that a Montessori community normally has of 6 to 12 is having class meetings. And I have to admit at the start, it's kind of like driving in a parking lot. Like you're talking about these really kind of mundane issues, but you know, as they start to get used to the process, they become much better at thinking of solutions, and they take a lot of ownership over them in the classroom. So it's a lot better than, you know, being the teacher kind of nagging, this needs to be done, when the children have created their own solution and they're carrying out. So yeah, I just thought you might like to know about them.